as I move into the whereas part of the ceremony. Whereas Mendocino County is known for the richness of its natural resources and scenic beauty, and whereas the experience and enjoyment of nature is equally available to all, regardless of race, creed, color, or economic condition. And whereas if a picture is worth 1,000 words, an experience is worth 10,000. And whereas healthy children and families are necessary for our future, and whereas connecting kids to nature will encourage its sustained availability in the generations to come. And whereas nature deprivation has become an increasing concern in urban areas, and whereas fostering both nature and our children will add to the sustainability and vibrancy of our local economy. And whereas participating in outdoor activities is not only an enjoyable way for kids to get the exercise they need, it also helps them to develop a greater appreciation for our magnificent environment. And whereas spending time in nature builds children's knowledge of the interconnectedness of natural systems, and whereas spending time in nature helps children develop the critical scientific and social skills necessary to address environmental issues. And whereas Mendocino County is an ideal place for children to actively and creatively engage with and appreciate the natural environment. Whereas the California Roundtable on Recreation, Parks, and Tourism, a volunteer group comprising public and private organizations from the federal, state, and local levels, has created the Children's Outdoor Bill of Rights, which has been recognized by the Governor of the state of California. And whereas this Bill of Rights provides that every child between the ages of 4 and 14 should have the opportunity to discover California's past, splash in the water, play in a safe place, camp under the stars, explore nature, learn to swim, play on a team, follow a trail, catch a fish, and celebrate their heritage. And whereas Mendocino County provides the opportunity to enjoy every clause of the Children's Outdoor Bill of Rights, and whereas the Nature Tourism Coalition of Mendocino County has identified the numerous resources within Mendocino County that connect families and children with nature, now, therefore, be it resolved that the Board of Supervisors of the County of Mendocino hereby proclaims April 2008 as Children and Nature Awareness Month in Mendocino County, encouraging all of our citizens to celebrate the gift of nature here in Mendocino County. Signed, Jim Wattenberger, Chair, April 8th, 2008.
Thank you, Dave. Penny Greenwood and James Bernard, please come forward. And that is a motion. Do I hear a second?
Second.
And it is seconded. Any discussion to the proclamation?
Just with that, it's real sad that the state's closing 42 state parks.
Pardon?
I think you need to repeat that, Supervisor.
I say, you know, I get a kick of the governor supports this, recognized by the governor of the state of California, but it's sad that they're closing 42 state parks.
Yes. We are lucky in Mendocino County. We only have one state park that's been identified for closure. We also have more state parks in Mendocino County than any other county in the country, actually. And we have so many firsts here, and we hope that recognizing children and nature in Mendocino County is building on that first and the programs that we've put together for that. I do want to thank you all for your support of the bid, the Mendocino County Promotional Alliance. I know there are a lot of Fort Bragg people here, Fort Bragg Promotion Committee. A lot of our funding for the Nature Tourism Coalition has come from those groups, as well as individuals and individual businesses. So we've been very fortunate in our first year to receive those funds, and one of our major projects is focusing on children and nature. We've identified, I submitted a 33-page document listing all of the areas within the county where families can go to enjoy nature, the types of opportunities that we have for both our own children. We did a sort of approach this subject in two areas, not only for what visiting families can do as we focus on the tourism aspect of it, but what are we doing in Mendocino County for our own children to connect them to nature, to continue to have pride and protect the wonderful natural assets that we have here. And there are many in this audience that have worked very, very hard to protect those natural assets, such as Rachel, and we have Becky Bowman here with our Save Our Shorebirds project. There's just been a couple of people that I know have done just a wonderful job on focusing on those assets. We want that to continue with our own children in the county. And so we identified, as far as we know, the major activities that go on from Jug Handle Farm to the Redwood Valley Outdoor Recreation Center, inland, all the various things that are going on in the county where we connect our children and children of Northern California to nature, because we really are recognized for that. So if you go on to gomendo.com, fortbragg.com, there are promotions out there right now talking about children and nature, of what you can do in our area if you bring your family here. And we also have provided to the PR group that supports the county in promotion this 33-page document, so they can build off of that and help further Mendocino's role as being a leader in providing nature education to the children of California and beyond. So thank you very much for this. We appreciate you'll be hearing more about the Nature Tourism Coalition in the future. We are a fairly brand new group, less than a year old, and as I say, this is one of our first projects that we focused on, and you'll be hearing from us on others that we're doing as well. So thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Greenwood. Others to the item, please step forward.
Good morning. My name is Rachel Bina, and I'm very happy to be here and witness this marvelous accolade for education, nature education for children. Thank you, and congratulations to all of you for promoting this very, very important issue. I just wanted to remind you all, in case you've forgotten, that in 1988, when we were so active in this community to protect our coast, something else quite remarkable happened, and you may not even remember it. William Penn Mott was the head of the National Parks Service. He was appointed by mistake, I think, by a Republican who was not terribly interested in nature, and served under the Secretary of the Interior, whose name was Donald Hodel at the time, who was also not interested in nature. Anyway, to get to the point, he came to visit us here at the invitation of one of our local people who had worked with him in the private sector earlier, and he made a remarkable visit here at our park at Russian Gulch, and I was so happy to meet him. He was a remarkable man, and he said that his primary focus as head of the National Parks Division was to get city kids to understand what nature provided. And he said that the most significant cause of accidents and difficulties in the park was from kids who came to the park having never had any experience in nature and would do foolish things because they just didn't understand the scope of the environment in which they found themselves. So thank you to all of you and to Mendocino County.
Thank you, Rachel. Carmel Angelo, did you have a comment? Please step forward.
Thank you. I'm Carmel Angelo, Director of the Health and Human Services Agency for Mendocino County. I just wanted to comment on how appreciative we are within the county and within the agency also. Children and nature go hand in hand. Both are precious commodities.